let's talk about startup product management. So there's a couple areas that I want to touch on, so let's knock it out. First is customer insights. When it comes to managing product for a startup, it's very easy to get lost in the sauce of what do I want to build instead of what does our customer actually need? What are the specific features, functionality, the buttons? What does the customer have to click, engage with, experience, whatever it might be, to get the value, to capture the whole reason that they're here? And if you're not paying attention not only to the things that they hate, but also the things that they love, the things that they hate, you fix those. Not only do you get more customers, but you keep the ones that were dealing with those problems. But if you focus on the things as well that they love, that's your marketing. That's your sales. These are the reasons why someone will lean into your product time and time again. So staying especially mindful of customer insights, whether you collect it from customer success people, whether you learn it because, of course, your salespeople are having these discussions and you're hearing this about that competitor or this about the industry or about that new regulation, whatever it might be, you're staying informed and you're using these insights to direct decisions. Not that the decisions are always going to be right, not that the customer insights are always going to be positive or clear, but you're trying to use the data. And through that, you will make the right moves over time. This is a working average, not a perfection type thing. Next, speaking of that, is all things product evolution. Your product will evolve. It'll evolve at a minimum because your customer is going to evolve, but also because you're going to learn new things. You're going to have new ideas. Regulation's going to change. The environment's going to change. The developer's going to get a crazy idea at 3 a.m. and now you've got a brand new feature that maybe changes the fundamental nature of the business. I've seen it, and I've seen these conversations, and a developer will go crazy at 3 a.m. and get on with the CEO the next day and be like, hey, I built this. And the CEO's like, oh my God, I didn't even know we could build that. I have to go talk to people that I want to sell this to. Now it's a very interesting Tuesday. So understanding what goes into your cycle, how often does your product need to evolve? Because of course, once it starts selling, that's a great thing. It's not that you just continue innovating indefinitely and never do the actual sales. Sales is good because sales also pays for ongoing product, reinvestment, but it's that balance. How do we make sure we always keep growing the product through the sales, but also from like a product management and product focus standpoint, how do we make sure that we're making the product for our customers as amazing as it can be? We're not just a one-trick pony, because if we are, that obviously makes us a lot less defensible, a lot less stable, a lot more nervous just in the day-to-day of the market, because someone can easily come eat our lunch, or at a minimum, they can differentiate because they can do exactly what we do, plus a few more things. And now, at least, whether it's a good differentiation or a bad, customers make all kinds of decisions and not necessarily the best decisions, sometimes just the salesperson. Last but not least is feedback integration. Like I said a little bit on customer insights, you're really trying to watch and learn and monitor in terms of like what can you actually do to pay attention, both before you build the product and while they're actually using it. Feedback is really as you're talking to them, as you're learning, as they click, here's a bug, as they submit a ticket, as they complain to their customer success person, as they complain to you. These are the things of, okay, I've heard the feedback. It's not that I have to agree. It's not that this one customer is representative of all the customers, but if I don't take the time to at least gather it, I can't make the decision to ignore it. I just have to choose and hope that the feedback that I'm not collecting is positive. And that doesn't help anybody, because similar to customer insights, if it's negative, that means you can fix it and then go back to that customer and all of a sudden you've won them over in a big way. And if it's positive, there goes the marketing. There's tons of websites, you go to it. One of the first things you'll see on the first couple pages or the first few scrolls is product reviews, feedback, testimonials, because they want to show and flaunt that other people like you with problems just like yours love the product. So as we look at product management and we understand that it really is from the beginning of the conversation all the way to the end stages of development, getting a sense of what goes into it, what are our priorities, and how do we balance it with, of course, everything else is a really critical skill and knowledge point for all founders to have.